Hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Thoughtful Leaders, an initiative under Thoughts on Education by collegedunia.com. Today, we have with us architect Rasika Chodankar, HOD, BVOC Interior Design at Aditya College of Architecture. Welcome to the show, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you.
We would like to begin with a brief introduction of yours. Architect Rasika is an architect by profession, an academician, and an entrepreneur. She completed her graduation in architecture from the acclaimed Rachna Sanskrit Academy of Architecture, Mumbai, and has a master's in construction management. She has worked in close association with prominent architect Sanjay Puri on multiple high-rise towers and recreational projects. He has traveled extensively both overseas and in India as a project consultant for various high-tech entertainment projects. In addition, she has founded Tender Hearts, a brand focusing on designer interior pieces and handicraft accessories, and has served as a director for Menon Group for 12 years. In all, ma'am has 25 years of experience as an independent professional in the industry. Currently, ma'am heads the Department of BVOC Interior Design at Aditya College of Architecture. Shall we begin, ma'am?
Yeah, sure. Thank you for the introduction.
My pleasure, ma'am. Ma'am, so the first question that I have for you is, you have been in the education space for some time now. What are some of the things that you find unique to the education sector, and how has been your experience with the institute so far?
Well, as you've seen that, for the last 2 decades or so, I have been, previously, I have always been in the industry. I have had a very extensive professional life. But the education sector, as you said, the uniqueness of it is the bond, the bond between a teacher and a student. So this is something which attracts us. When I actually started it as a visiting professor previously, but the satisfaction of imparting something that you know well to the students and the way they grasp it, we are nurturing a new generation. So I feel that is something, that's job satisfaction. Even if you get you get acclaim, you get you earn, but this part which I feel is very unique, and that is what also brings out many people who come to the education sector looking for imparting our knowledge to the next generation. Whereas when you said that how is my experience been with the institute, well, it has been very wonderful. Our management here encourages practical knowledge. That is, they know the importance of having people who have worked in the industry, when the difference between so they encourage it. So I have had a very wonderful experience with this so far. Yeah.
And ma'am, being the HOD at the BVOC department, what is your philosophy of leadership, and how would you describe your leadership style?
Well, as you have seen that, I have done my project management. So as it is, I have been a director in my professional life also. And there also, my philosophy has been to, always encourage ownership. I have always thought of, seeing to it that my faculty, my staff, everyone takes ownership of their work. They are in charge of it, delegating it, so that they themselves also feel that there is a growth. So once you give them that feeling that yes, there is a chance for growth, the overall environment changes. So I have got this opportunity in the institute. I'm trying to see that they also get the same opportunity in the institute. Apart from that, with regards to students, I would feel that I like to nurture the weaker students. So here at here at our institute, it is not only the brilliant student, because they, of course, the faculty and the teachers would be taking them ahead, but it is the students who find it a little difficult. So we have these mentorship programs. We pay very minute attention to what the student is facing. So there is a one-to-one personal contact and mentoring. I encourage that with my staff, and they are also very dedicatedly doing it. So that is probably one of the major difference which I feel where we do here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And ma'am, how does uh, how does the curriculum at the institute ensure the best practice of the industry? Given कि we talk a lot about the industry relevant skills now.
Yes, that I think our pedagogy has always been, and right from the beginning when I've taken over, it has been more of bringing the practical aspect of the industry to the curriculum. See, this curriculum is based on skill base. We want to enhance the skill level. It is not, because today in the industry, what you require is people who can actually know the practical side of it. So
Exactly.
that is where I feel that even the faculty whom I choose for visiting or whom we select are always from the practical, from the field, so that
Yeah.
they bring that exposure to the students. It's not just theory based learning.
Okay.
Every subject we have we see to it that the curriculum is synced with the workshops and seminars on that subject with
Okay.
the industry experts, so that the students get an overall overview, uh, in a sense that because our field is such that, as you know, interiors and architecture is something which everyone sees, and it is evolving. It is ever evolving, so you have to be very much a part of the industry in itself at the current
Yeah.
situation. You have to be aware of it. So this awareness is something which we want to bring to our students. They have to be
Okay.
exposed, and we do through various seminars. We also, I would say that we have study tours. We curate study tours in such a way that it matches the curriculum. So
Okay.
the study tours where students have been taken have been synced with their so elaborate discussions and meetings go into how and where and why we should take the students, and even site visits, so that the best exposure can be achieved. So the curriculum
Okay.
is XYZ, but it is how it is been segregated is important. So I think that is where the difference lies, and I'm taking this opportunity to tell you also that this has worked very well. This year, in fact, the Mumbai University, our student ranked first. We had
Okay.
a topper from our institute. So that is itself says a lot, I think. So we had
Yeah.
the topper, we had the third ranker, fifth ranker. So we had a lot of rankers from our institute. So yes, the pedagogy has worked.
Definitely. And ma'am, how does the institute supports its students in fulfilling their dreams? Like you told me about that, there is a mentorship program as well. So can you talk about it in a little detail, or maybe the
Yeah,
other initiatives that we have taken?
see, fulfilling their dreams. Whenever a student comes into a creative, this is a very creative, line.
For
The
sure.
whole architecture, interior, both have. So students come here with dreams. Definitely, every student, whenever they have this passion of when they come inside, they want to they want to create. So this creativity in them, the passion in them, we see to it that it is nurtured well. They get a chance to showcase what they have. We have various subjects which have been the teaching plans that we make for these subjects. We have a very elaborate initial discussions, as we said, for each subject.
Okay.
And how that should be taught. So in that way, the students, if they are there, whatever is their strength, we see to it that it is enhanced. And
Okay.
if in any way they are lacking in certain things, we have these mentorship programs, as I said, wherever they
Yeah.
are having a shortfall. We have also, now in case of initiatives, if you say, every student would like to have a very good opportunity after they complete. So we do see
Yeah.
to it that we have an internship program at the end of the curriculum. So before that, we see to it that the students, their portfolios, what they take out to the industry, so that is enhanced. We have special experts coming in to explain the students the way they should present. We have
Okay.
communication skills programs for that. and their portfolio, so that after their before they join the industry, they get a chance to give their best foot forward. So in that way, I would say that we also have exhibitions of student work. See, what is important is that the industry knows about our student. So
Yeah.
it is in these exhibitions that the students show their work, and we have industry, the top. We are all the faculty itself is all from the professional industry. So what happens is our contacts. We see to it that we have a very large database, and due
Okay.
to because we conduct a lot of seminars and workshops, these people come, then see our students work, and then the employment chances increases. The placement in the cell which we have, there also we have a database of people looking out for. So the chances of our students fulfilling their dreams in practical sense, what you learn, and unless you are actually practically doing it, that satisfaction the student gets during the course of the program also.
Okay.
So in that way also our students are encouraged to participate in many competitions. So in fact, I have been a guide to our students, previously winning many competitions also. So that encourages students, and they know that where they stand in the industry.
Yeah.
It gives them that exposure also along with other colleges, that way.
Definitely, ma'am.
Yes.
Like practical exposure like this is really important because the student is going to set his foot
And
into
they
the real
enjoy
world.
it. This is where the students enjoy. The student nowadays have a very small. We have observed that their pattern has reduced to theory learning has reduced.
Yeah.
If you see the time that they can learn something just by watching something, but actually practical, when you do the same thing, they enjoy it also, and the output is really good. So yes, we encourage that.
And ma'am, what do you think should be the institute's priority over the next 10 years?
As I said, our institute has always been very focused to see that we get newer experts. We see to it that there is an industry connect. That the management has always, their vision has always been that, and we see to it that we are also we totally agree with this vision.
Okay.
So we do conduct a lot of seminars and such activities. But our focus for the last 2-3 years or more has been now research.
Okay.
We want to, because research is very nascent in our industry as such.
Yeah.
In the architecture and interiors, but it is this research which brings about more innovations, more creativity in students also. So we have been trying to set up, like last year we started with this IDRC, which is an international design research conference. So this year also we will be having it. It will be in the second year. So last year also we got a very, very good response. And what happens is, when a college hosts such things, it is the students who get the maximum benefit, apart because they are exposed to the global scenario at one time. We have people from, of course, for the last 2 years, because of this situation, we had to conduct this online. But very soon we have, our infrastructure is really good. So, when the student, the exposure that they get, it's a world-class infrastructure. We have big conference halls. So that encourages the student also to, their communication and their exposure helps them. We have seen that it is very beneficial to the student. So
And
yes,
ma'am,
research oriented focus, we are going for that.
that's really good, ma'am. And ma'am, when COVID-19 hit us, it forced almost all the institutes and the universities to close down. And it posed a challenge for all the institutes because, first of all, the faculty had to train how to make the online classes more engaging, how to utilize the platforms that we had in hand. So, in such a scenario, what are some of the biggest challenges that you see for the institute and for the education space as a whole?
See, the challenges wise, as you said, online, shifting to the online platform was very challenging. And I think our students and our faculty both had taken up the challenge and, really handled the situation really well. But uh, of course, there will be a difference. But we have tried to. Why I'll tell you, because our subjects are such. They are very practical oriented subjects.
Yes,
We actually, you have to actually sit on a board and do the drafting, and you have to, so such subjects also, it was very challenging, but we thought about it for some time. We also have a studio set up in our college, so even though the students are not coming, the faculty actually does a lot of actual the camera shows the students, and we give them a feeling that they are sitting just in front of you. So we have done all the setup, apart from, of course, having a online platform where everyday classes are held as per the timetable. So there's no difference, except for the fact that yes, the students one to one, they are not able to connect. But apart from that, teaching wise, we have seen to it that classes are being held regularly.
okay.
Plus, we have events also. We have events. The students have also very well adjusted to this. They it is another way of showing their creativity. They make programs, and we have online, though everything is there. uh, they have adjusted well. uh, One of the things that I would say is that because this was this, as I said, this is more vocation, it's more
Yeah.
skill based. We also had many videos taken of actually people practically working and then showing it to the students. So it was, we also added that in the classes. We also had videos of sites, actual sites, where the faculty had to take, well, normally we would take the students with us, but in this case, we went one step ahead and actually uh, went and shot these videos so that the students can actually see, and they feel that, it's like a walkthrough.
Yeah.
So they are also a part of it. So we are trying to bridge the gap as much as we can. Of course, we can't, this is not a 100% solution, and we look forward to having students soon with us. But yes, we have, and everybody has contributed a lot. I mean, everybody has taken, extra initiatives to think about their subjects individually and how best they can, showcase the subject. We also have workshops actually done in the college or in their place of residence. The faculty does that so that, how do I explain this concept to the student better. We have tried different ways, and we're still trying. I mean, the
Sure.
efforts are
Like
going.
the learning keeps on coming, I'm sure.
Yes. We also attend a lot of, if you know, there are a lot of seminars which are happening for these topics. So we,
Okay.
as faculty, also we participate in this, because you never know, you get a good idea from somebody else. So
Sure.
faculty participation in different seminars for digital learning, for digital teaching. We keep ourselves abreast with whatever latest technology can give, can bridge this gap. So our faculties are also, seeing to it. We also take part in a lot of seminars of such things where discussions happen. Different platforms help in enhancing our knowledge base also. No? We have to
Yes,
also
ma'am.
keep ourselves abreast.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. So the last question that I have for you is that any suggestions that you would like to give to the current youth and the students who are looking forward to pursue a career in architecture?
Architecture and interiors. See, interiors
Yes,
is a part of, one can say, it's one has to know interiors to know architecture anyway. So
Yeah.
interiors is where students, they their visual interiors is what you see all around. Any space that you feel, whatever is the purpose of the space, you have to, it is what a human uh, is in touch with. It is the interior, right? The way
Yeah.
you stay, where you stay, what you feel. Any place, where any space that a person occupies is an interior space. Of
Yeah.
course, from interior you grow into architecture. So for any design student, I would say that see, as an institute, we always try different programs to see that a student is enhanced. We also have many social programs also. Like, we had a association with Mumbai MGM. Our our students painted these columns with beautiful, beautifying the space that you live in. So before the pandemic, our students had a lot of such activities. We did so many activities as a society. We have some obligation to our society. So the students are always aware of this, and we do have programs for such such initiatives. But from the student side, what I would, for the youth, as you said, what is the message that I would like to give is, this now you are entering into an undergraduate course. So, your schooling has to be left behind. In school, your teachers are always, they are giving you information, and you have a syllabus which is bounded. But now in this course, it is like, the teachers are like guides. It is also the responsibility of the student to be more proactive and more observe. The observation has to be much more. You have to look around you, not inside. You have to think out of the box. You have to look around you, what is happening. You have to be because of, as I was going to say, the advantage of the current generation is the internet and the easy access to data, which I would say my generation did not have. So, if you have to study something, we had to look over books. And even if somebody wanted to tell something that one has seen, it is not so easy. Whereas if I have to give a reference today of something which I have seen, it is just a click away and I can show. So it is very easy to explain to the students now. What that advantage is there. But as I said, it is a double-edged sword. The students are also getting only thinking that that is the best answer. They have stopped looking out. They have stopped looking for answers outside the internet. It is like, it has become the know-all, which I feel they should change this attitude. And there is no way that what practical experience can give you. This is, after all, a secondary experience. So try and get practical experience as much as possible. You have to go into the field to know what it is. Of course, the current situation is not very promoting that. I understand, but that will pass. But this is one thing which I feel the student do not underestimate the value of knowledge which you can get from practical field, the field knowledge. That is very important at any stage, right? You may be in the first year, second year, third year. The early you start, the better it is. And both the interior and architecture fields are something which I have grown up with. Everybody lives in a space. These fields are finally something which you are all aware of. So it is the observation of what you have done till now, which will come in very handy, when you actually start practicing. But I feel that this generation has, they are very inquisitive and comparatively very much friendly with their mentors, which we were not. So that is a very big plus point. They voice their opinion. They have opinions, and they voice them quite frequently, which is very good. We come to know what are their issues also. So I think being open and having a good communication with your teachers and your in this sector is important. So yes, I feel these are some of the things which they should
focus
look into.
Yes.
Yeah, focus. Get practical know-how. No substitute for that.
Well said. Thank you so much, ma'am. This was an insightful session. Can we end this then?
Thank you, College Dunia. I hope that we will many students will opt for designing. Designing is a very creative field, and I think if you have the passion and the, but it is you have to have a lot of hard work also. But
Yes, ma'am.
yes, it is very satisfying. Thank you so much.
So everyone, this was architect Rasika Chodanka, HOD Work Interior Design at Aditya College of Architecture on the episode of Thoughtful Leaders, an initiative under Thoughts on Education. Thank you so much, ma'am, and we hope to meet you again soon.
Thank you, Garvit.